Welcome everyone, back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we'll have a look at the latest GFS, GEM, ECMWF and GFS samples. Do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and do remember to follow me on Twitter as well, link is in the description. But firstly, we'll have a look at the latest latest Met Office Twitter page, and if we do pause it there, you can see last night it did get very cold. We were looking in the video yesterday at the potential for seeing some quite cold conditions. I said there was potential for temperatures to get to around freezing, but in fact in Altnahara we actually got down to minus 2.4 degrees Celsius, which is sort of winter-like conditions really. That is pretty brutally cold for the shortest night of the year, the summer solstice. That was pretty exceptional. Further southwards it only got down to maybe 10-12 degrees or so under this band of rain, which did eventually clear up throughout the morning. We did see some sunnier spells in the south, but yeah, very cold conditions in northern Scotland. It'll be interesting to see what that stands for the records. I haven't looked at any of the records to see whether that would be sort of a record low for the date or even June. But yeah, shows really cold conditions. It just shows you when you do get the skies clear, get cold upper air temperatures, you can see a lot of radiation, and you can see these sort of cold temperatures come about with an air frost towards the end of June. So that is really quite an exceptional sort of condition to happen. And sometimes we struggle to get many frosts in the winter, but getting an air frost in June. So yeah, really quite exceptional conditions, but does look like it's sort of going to be a one-off, and temperatures will be going on the up over the next few days. If we do have a look at the GFS, if we do run through that, you can see it's that high pressure that gave us that cold sort of conditions last night. But that high pressure is going to topple over, and it's going to have some warmer upper air temperatures coming in. You can see we do have this low pressure system out in Spain, which has been giving some big thunderstorms through Finland and then through sort of Germany, France, down into Spain. Yeah, and there's been some pretty exceptional thunderstorm images with frequent hail, an immense amount of lightning, and some big flooding, and even some supercells. So some very exceptional conditions there. But remember, it's being generated by this very hot and humid air coming up from the Mediterranean. So we must remember that one when we talk about thunderstorms in this country, which normally come under sort of the 10 to 15 degree isotherm, sort of with that hot and humid air not getting up to 20 or 25 degrees. So they've just got that added energy and cape. So if we do run through, you can see that low pressure is sort of sitting. You can't see it too well here, but if we look at the 500 HBA, you can see there's sort of this upper trough which is sitting towards the south of the UK. And what it's going to mean is actually southern parts of the country are going to be more cloudy and have more rain over the next sort of week or so. Now, it doesn't look like a washout or anything, but further northwards we do have a weather front coming through initially. But after, as we head into the weekend, high pressure does start to build in, at least further westwards, but eastwards, further to the southeast, you see we've got this little trough. And what's that going to mean? It's going to mean more rain, or showers probably more like, and more cloud in the southeast. So it does look like temperatures are going to be on the up, with upper air temperatures rising, but nothing too exceptional. As we head towards day 10, you see again very similar pattern with that sort of upper level trough just sitting to the east of the country, potentially giving more showers and more cloud in the east, but generally it still should be fairly dry with clear skies. Temperatures will probably get up into the low 20s, so feeling fairly pleasant. Beyond that, it does look like the Atlantic will become more mobile with southwesterly winds, and what that will mean is western areas and northern areas will go a bit more unsettled, and areas in the south and the southeast could be tapping into some hotter air once again, and then towards 284 hours, westerly winds take over. So we'll just have to keep an eye on how that develops over the next sort of couple of weeks. But nothing too cold or nothing too warm really on the outlook. It just looks generally quite average conditions, and probably the more favoured dry and sunny conditions are actually further northwards and further westwards for the majority of the time. Now there still will be showers around in the north and west, but at the moment it looks more favoured in the south and southeast, with that low sitting towards northern France and the North Sea. If we have a look at how that compares to the GM, you can see a very similar over the next sort of few days, and that low comes through Friday into the weekend. That will bring some heavier rain in Scotland and Northern England for a time, but after that, that high builds in behind it. As you can see here, extending in off the Atlantic, and this trough just sits to the south and maybe the southwest towards sort of Sunday and Monday, spiralling in showers to the southern England. And you can see probably quite dry and fine weather towards northern England, Scotland, Ireland, but perhaps a touch more cloudy and more showers towards the southeast, but generally warm upper level temperatures. So wherever you do see sunshine, it probably will be quite pleasant. And as we head towards day 10, you see high pressure actually does build in for most of the UK. For a period of time before the Atlantic does look like it's going to become more mobile, with westerly winds coming in, bringing cooler conditions, but also more showers and probably some more cloud as well for many western and northern areas. If we do have a look at the ECMWF, again very similar over the next few days. That low plunges through on Friday into Saturday, probably going to bring some quite heavy rain, which is going to become more patchy in the south on Friday and Saturday. Beyond that, we still got that sort of upper level trough towards southern England, spiraling in potentially showers and high and some cloud. But towards Wednesday next week, you can see that high really sitting to the north of the UK. And actually towards day 10, we do see some quite pleasant conditions with southeasterly winds and potentially quite hot conditions as well. So we have to keep an eye on that. We could be bringing in some quite warm conditions. Now, it's just a slight shift in the orientation of the high pressure, so we'll have to keep an eye on how that develops. Interesting scene from the ECMWF there, going a touch warmer towards day 10, but it could be giving some hints if we do build up that Scandinavian high with some probably warmer conditions, but also maybe some more thundery conditions. You can see that's going to force a low to our south and our west, which is forming the Atlantic, which could give some thundery conditions in the south and the west, so we'll need to keep an eye on that as well. If we do lastly have a look at the GFS ensemble, you can see this well reflected here. Temperatures for the foreseeable future around average. Again, a few going a touch above average, some going a touch below average. And you can see the big precipitation spikes between the 26th to around the 29th of June. So that's looking at sort of the weekend into early next week, and that's when we got that upper level trough sitting to the south, spiralling at heavy showers. Again, they will be hit and miss. Maybe we'll line up into bands at times, but we'll have to look at that more in detail in precipitation charts over the coming days. But it does look like some more heavy rainfall will be coming into the south for a period of time. In the longer term, though, it does look like generally it's going to be a bit more dry. Still some precipitation spikes, so it's not totally decided on the exact sort of pressure patterns and exactly where that low and that high is going to be placed, where that high is going to be over the top of the UK or just to our west, or even like to ECMWF to our north and our east, bringing in more southeasterly winds. So we'll just have to keep an eye on how that develops over the coming weeks, but it doesn't look anything too exceptional. We're not seeing any massive hot spell runs, or we're not going to see any sort of plunging northerly wind runs. So just really average conditions, really. But over the next few days, especially in the south and the southeast, do enjoy the sunshine, the limited sunshine you will see. There will again probably be more cloud around, but I do suspect there will be some breaks in the sun. It's very difficult to forecast exactly when we do see breaks in the sun. Some days we expect there to be sunshine and there's just cloud. Other days we expect it to be mostly cloudy and the sun does break through quite regularly. So it's going to be a bit of hit and miss where we do see the very nice conditions. But generally it does look pretty dry the next few days before we do see that rain as that low pressure comes through from northern Scotland, which and eventually will sit in the south and southeast. But at the moment, probably the most immediate impact, we're going to look at the weather, it's probably that low pressure system in sort of Thursday, Friday, with its weather fronts moving through northern Scotland, heading southwards, parking its bus in southern England, bringing those heavier rain and heavier showers towards sort of Sunday and Monday next week and beyond. If we do look at the 2 meter temperatures over the next few days, getting around 20 degrees. Beyond that, temperatures around 20, 21, 22. Some going a little bit higher with some more sunshine and more warmer upper level temperatures. Some a bit cooler. You can see with those rainfall spikes, the averages do drop down a couple degrees. As with more cloud and rain, inevitably temperatures are going to be a bit more suppressed. probably around 17, 18 or 19 degrees. So we'll just really have to keep an eye on how that does develop, and we'll look at precipitation charts over the next few days. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.